I mean, my God, guys, it is 14 degrees outside this morning. And it's just right, dude. You think that you're ready for it, but to be honest, you never are. No one is ever ready for it. You start thinking in October, you're like, all right, winter is coming. I can handle it. It's going to be okay. Like, I can handle the cold now. And then it happens, and you're like, I hate everything. What is the point of being alive? It hurts so bad. The cold, it just goes through. It goes through the fabrics. It goes through the skin and the muscle and the tissue into the bones. It gets those bones. The one thing that is nice about the winter, I have to say, is that you get to relax. You really, I mean, I don't personally, not right now, not till January 15th, when I moved out of my current home and into my new home, then I will relax. But that will be a solid year of me going so hard that I mean, it's going to take me a while to recover. It really is. Renovating a farmhouse for a whole year while trying to sell my house and working a full-time video and marketing job, doing stand-up. I mean, running a half marathon. I don't even know how I did it. I just do. You just have to get up and you're like, all right, I got to do this today. Sleep doesn't matter. You will push yourself to the extreme. You are vanilla ice. These are the things I tell myself. These are it. But normally in the winter, as I get older, there are things that I've learned to love about it. And one of those things being the fact that here in the Midwest, it gets dark at 5 p.m. basically. Between 5 and 6. It's like you're in. You're inside. You're indoors. You're cocooned. You cocoon your body in blankets. And you just chill out. Really. I mean, what else is there to do? Like in the summertime, I mean, it's for a while there, it's getting dark between 9 and 10 p.m. So it's just go, 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 go. But in the winter, it's rest, 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 unless you're in California or someplace where there is no the seasons don't differentiate. Everything just blends in together. That's why you have so many people just running around on drugs getting amped because it's the perfect weather to abuse drugs. Let's be honest, California. It's the perfect weather to drink yourself silly, abuse drugs, and, join some sort of satanic cult like how they do out there. So enjoy it. Enjoy the downtime that the winter forces you to do. The best winters I've ever had, even though it was tough in a lot of ways, but was just like really just rejuvenating for the soul and chill, is when I lived in a camper for 617 days. Went through 2 winters. And when you're living in a 4-season camper in the winter, dude, you're not doing anything. There is nothing to do but to pile yourself with blankets, watch TV, read, and watch the snow through all the windows in the camper. It is probably the coziest, chillest my life has ever been. I mean, it sucked, like certain aspects of like taking care of it. I mean, there were times when it was so cold, like the first winter that we lived in a camper, and we didn't realize that, when we moved into the camper at the 1st of July, that fateful year, we didn't know that we would be in the camper in the winter at first. It wasn't until everybody was like, we will not build your house. COVID is here. You will be dead in 6 months. Home won't matter. So it was like negative 30, dude. I remember we had a cold spell where it was colder in Nebraska, where I'm at, than it was in Siberia, in like the Russian frozen tundra. It was colder here. And that was a rough one because that was our first year taking care of animals, dude. We are our potbelly pigs, which are just monsters now. You think that they're going to be like small, cute little pot-bellied pigs for a long time that you could pick up and hold. No, these things are monstrous, huge. Their bellies basically drag on the ground. Their teeth sideways, shooting. I mean, dude, I'm afraid of their teeth. There was a duck that was by the pigs once, and the pigs were eating, and they'll do this to each other. We have two pigs, Charlotte and Opal. They'll like knock the other one out of the way with their head and snout, like if they're eating, like, get out. Well, dude, this duck walked by, which ducks are no longer allowed to be by the pigs. This duck walks by, and the pig does that thing, like where it'll be like, give a little bite and a hit with the nose. Dude, bit a hole in the duck, and its intestines spilled out, and it just instantly bled out. It was a sight, let me tell you. And now, dude, these things, they have a taste for blood. One of them does. Because I try to tell my wife and son are like, they wouldn't eat people. I'm like, yeah, dude, they'll eat people. Have you ever seen Deadwood? Better not, because you're only 13. But in Deadwood, the show, dude, that's how they get rid of dead bodies. Take those bodies and they throw them into the pig pen, and they just eat them all. Flesh, bones, eyes, the whole thing. The brains, God, ooh, it's just horrible to think about. But we brought those pigs in to the camper, so they wouldn't die. And they started eating the wood. It was a whole thing. Yeah, they were going to town. They were going to eat everything in that camper. So they had to go into a gigantic kennel. And then we took all the chickens and the ducks, and we put those in a tent in the garage that had a big, hardwired heater. And now I wouldn't do that. Now I know that they can handle quite a bit. Now we'll throw like a heater in the coop and all that stuff. But, when it gets negative 33, you're just like, all right, well, all the animals are going to die. So, dude, that was a little rough living in the camper. We had to take a diesel heater, one of those heaters that look like a jet engine, and put that underneath the camper. Because, like, I skirted it, so I had to pull the skirt back and then just, like, shoot that jet engine heat under there to warm all the pipes. Because the water got frozen from the heater system on the camper sat right under the main bathroom. There was another bathroom in the back that we never used, but it sat right under the main bath where the shower was. So the water in the bathroom on the faucet and the shower, that always worked. For the most part. There was a time when that was got frozen too. But we shot the jet engine underneath the camper, warmed it up, and had to be careful. You don't want to just start melting things also under the camper. So very tricky. Negative 30 degrees. Diesel jet engine fluid, fire going, blasting. It's like some sort of like plasma cannon. And yeah, there was a while, so we had no water that would go. Like, I could not get the pipes unfrozen that go to the sink in the kitchen. So we would have to wash dishes in the shower. Take our dishes and wash them on our hands and knees in the shower. It was, let me tell you, hell of a time to be alive. Hell of a time to be alive. And then, dude, but when we first moved in to the camper, we didn't have water for like 2 weeks. not hooked. We didn't have water hooked up to the camper. All right. I had to trench a path from the water up in the southeast corner all the way down a long ways. Like, I think like 300 feet it was, maybe more, to get water. So we were filling up jugs of water elsewhere, milk jugs and stuff like that. And then we would have to pour those cold milk jugs over our bodies to take a shower. That's how we rolled, dude. So, I mean, we've roughed it. We have roughed it, and I actually loved it. Very, very exciting time to be alive. A lot of fun. Very, very adventurous. It was just fun. What can I say? I mean, I don't think my wife was having a blast when she was showering and trying to wash her hair with water in a milk jug that was freezing cold. She was not having. She learned a lot, though. She learned a lot. She opened this, like if you have a gas can with a cap on, they'll fill with air, like quite a bit, and then you pull the cap off and all the air shoots out. Well, I think that's how gas shot into her mouth, and then she swallowed some. Had to go to the hospital, get a couple IVs, flush the gas out. I'm telling you, that was she was not too thrilled about that. But now, because she learned a very valuable lesson, she knows how to properly handle gas cans in the heat. And to pour gas into a generator, start a generator. She learned a lot of life skills. A lot of life skills. I might have gotten some help from the skills that she had to learn, when she was like, what is this? Why are we doing this? This is insane. And I'm like, this is living, woman. This is living. Livin. It was the best. It was the best of times. I personally had one of the best things is, like, you hardly have any stuff, dude. Like, all of our stuff was in storage units, except for like however many outfits we needed and like very little decorative stuff throughout the camper. Like, we had nothing. It was great when we finally moved into our house and I had everything delivered to the house from the storage containers. I was like, what the hell is all this stuff? Like, we don't need any of this. So we got a dumpster and threw away so much stuff. People are like, why didn't you give that to a Goodwill? Yeah, dude, Goodwill is an hour and a half away. Not happening. Not happening. But those winners, I guess the moral of the story is those winners were very chill. It's just something about being in a tight space with, heat, blankets, and where you just essentially get to relax. And one day, maybe I'm talking about this because I need to relax so incredibly bad, and I long for the day that I get to do that. And now that day is in sight. Like, there is a date for me, and I am pumped. And then I can go back to working more shows, better production of this podcast. Got to finish the Ranch Bowl documentary. I mean, a lot to do. I just got to get situated in this house. I saw a news article here of a Danville Public Schools, all right, wherever this place is. And they released a statement because one of their teachers, Sabrina Morris, was actually a man pretending to be a woman and did not tell anyone. And then made a post online threatening to shoot people over pronouns. Which is just insane, dude. Like, now I don't trust anyone. If I haven't known you prior, like, I don't know if you're a woman or a man. Like, how am I to know? I don't even know when I'm watching TV now. I'm like, that looks like a man. That looks like a woman. Am I being lied to? Because on TV, you could do anything. I mean, they can make a man look like a woman easy peasy. I think the trans apocalypse is real. I don't know if any of those videos are online anymore, but I think I've talked about this once before, but the trans apocalypse was a major YouTube trend between 2015 and 2019, I want to say, and it was basically accusing every woman in Hollywood of being a man. Hell of a time to be alive during the trans apocalypse era. So, speaking of pronouns, dude, my son, yesterday we got donuts from this place that has, we heard that they had excellent donuts. It's true. It's called Rise and Shine. They're based in Fremont, Nebraska, and the donuts were incredible. And I got accused, we got a dozen, so we could try different ones. All right, I ate too many donuts. I will go ahead and say that now. I mean, I was disgusted with myself. I did a row workout, elliptical workout, and some other exercising yesterday because I felt, I don't know, dude. I could feel the fried dough and the sugar just pulsating through my veins. And it was not a good feeling. But I know for a fact I only had 4. And then at one point, my wife and son, they're trying to convince me that I had 5 or 6. No way in hell. Like 4 is insane. Throughout the day, 4 donuts is an insane thing. Like I am disgusted with myself. I might jab my fingers down my throat right now and barf in my lap. Because I'm so disgusted. But I did not have 5 or 6. And I say that now for the whole world to hear. So then my son, he goes into his room, and from his iPad, he texts me about like 100 donut emojis. And above it, it says, your pronouns are do and nut. Do/nut. I mean, how dare you do fat jokes to your dad, but also absolutely hilarious. Laughed really hard. So there you go. Even when your son does a fat joke to you, I mean, if it's good, you just got to give credit where credit's due, and you gots to laugh. You just got to do it. Who knows what's going to happen this week in the world? I mean, it's the end of the shutdown. I guess that's fine. So Trump pardons Giuliani. Mayor Giuliani. I didn't realize that he needed to be pardoned, but so Jazine Maxwell, the madam to Jeffrey Epstein, she wants a pardon. I mean, this guy, Trump is like Oprah, like, who wants a car? You get a car, you get a car, you get a car. Like that Jeff right there. Like, you get a pardon, you get a pardon, you get a pardon. I thought that presidents only pardoned at the end of their terms too. Have I been like misinformed about that the whole time? I thought they waited till the very end of the term and then they sent like a list of pardons. I didn't realize that they pardoned people throughout their presidency. Do other presidents do this? I don't know. We got to see. There was also a felon freed by the president said to be sentenced again in Brooklyn. So Giuliani, I'm telling you, dude, if P. Diddy Demon comes across pardon, like, I don't even know, dude. I won't even know. We're not going to talk about that. I've talked about that enough. So there's starting off this week, man, in basically mid-November now, and my wife's birthday is coming up on Thursday. Got to plan something for that. I think I'm going to do some camping with my son this weekend, and yeah, it will be a little bit chilly, but like I said, it'll be cool. Like, you get cozy, a little bit adventurous, do some kayaking, look for some bald eagles, do some, sit around a fire, tell ghost stories with my son. It's gonna be a good time. So look at this. SNL viewers horrified by host's rape and pedophilia jokes. That's Nikki Glazer right there. I got to look more into that. So she hosted SNL. And, I mean, I don't know. Her act is definitely very, very hardcore. Very XXX rated, for sure. I opened for her at a theater here in Omaha when she came through. She was nice. And, paid me better than she could have, and for that I appreciate. She pays well. And that was right before the Tom Brady roast was coming up, so she was trying out a bunch of the jokes that she wrote, which some of her Tom Brady jokes, very, very funny. But I got to check that out and see why people are freaking out about our SNL performance. We shall see. Look at this. So, dude, ChatGPT is costing them a bunch of water, a bunch of money. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, AI is like, if you've looked in like what it takes to power and fuel it is crazy. I mean, I guess the board at Tesla just said that they will pay Elon Musk $1 trillion over the course of 10 years. So he got his $1 trillion package. He wants to take his fleet of all the Tesla vehicles and use their batteries to charge AI. I don't know. If you give Elon Musk $1 trillion and he's building like a million robot fleet, like he could essentially, like, couldn't he just take over the world with robots? Like, is that how we will come to the end of the age in the one world government? Like, where the robots, like, doing the bidding of one man to take... I don't know, dude. I mean, we are in interesting times. Interesting times, hell of a time to be alive. And, yeah, so... I mean, this is it. We're going into the holiday seasons. I would watch. Don't eat too much. Do a little exercising. Sure as hell don't eat 4 donuts in a day. When I ate like I couldn't even eat 4 bagels in a day. I remember. I've talked about that in detail. I got 3 down. I couldn't do the 4. My body rejected it. The donuts, they go down easier. The sugar just helps them slide down the gullet. But just not recommended, man. That just felt like sludge going through my entire body. So I'm going to have to do some exercises today. And Kanye West, he met with a rabbi and for an apology tour months after the N-word Hail Hitler song. He's going on an apology. He's got to meet these people. Kanye West is out of his mind, dude. Talk about someone who was probably possessed by a demon for sure. I mean, he's got like the titanium like fang teeth or whatever that he did to his mouth. It's just horrifying, really. Really. So, and Kim Kardashian she tried to pass the California bar exam. Apparently she's going to be a lawyer. That is wild. That is a wild thing for her to want to be. Like, who is going to hire her to be a lawyer? No one knows. No one knows. So, anything else going on in the world today? I don't think so, man. There's not. It's kind of a... the Democrats have melted down. They call for Chuck Schumer's outing after deal to end government shutdown clear Senate hurdle. So they're going to open the government. Schumer, dude, what a nasty dude. Here, if you want to know some insider baseball here within comedy and politics, let me tell you something here. We'll end the show on this note. All right. So Amy Schumer, terrible stand-up comedian. Everybody that I know that does stand up in LA said that she would barely even do shows, didn't give two shits. She's basically you could refer to her as an industry plant. Like she's was just taken care of because of the family that she comes from and everything else. So she stole jokes, dude. And she stole jokes from Tammy Pescatelli and used them on one of her specials. So then Tammy called her out, and then Amy Schumer did a campaign to basically ruin her life, ruined her, shows that she had, some TV stuff and everything else. And then on top of that, ever since she did that, she has been audited a handful of times by the U.S. government. Why? Because Amy Schumer's uncle is Chuck Schumer. And that is all that can be said about that. So, I mean, my God, Amy Schumer, remember when she wore all leather and did stand up? Dear Lord. That was a sight. That was a sight that made you wish that you didn't have sight. This is the Austin Anderson Show. I'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Have a great day. Great Monday.